The Egyptians have finally decided to join South Africa's case against Israel at the ICJ, at the International Court of Justice, the World Court. And so finally, Egypt have woken up and decided to support South Africa's case. Now, remember that other Arab countries, for example, Syria, already signed up a while earlier. And in both cases, I would say it's far too late. I mean, far, far too late. We can even criticize South Africa for being too late, but again, we're not going to go that far, okay? We should just say that it's a good thing that Egypt are supporting South Africa's case at the International Court of Justice against Israel. This is a good thing, right? Better late than never. Why did Egypt join at this moment? That is what I will explain to you, because there is a reason why Egypt picked this moment and not an earlier one. So you remember I showed you the videos of the Israelis with these ridiculous giant flags on an M113 driving from the Kerem Shalom crossing up into Rafah and invading Rafah, and thereby violating the 1978 Camp David Accords. And so that was a way of, that was their manner of taunting the Egyptians. That was the goal of the act. It was to taunt the Egyptians. That was the point of it. We want to make fun of you. We are going to show you the flag. So even if you're standing kilometers away and you're watching with binoculars, you're going to see the Israeli flag. We're going to rub it in your face, and we're going to rub your noses in it. And we're going to make sure that you acknowledge and witness our presence as we invade this Rafah crossing, and thereby not only violate the 78 Camp David Accords, but also your own sovereignty, right? Your own sovereignty. So we stack troops in this area, and on top of it, we violate your sovereignty by hijacking the border between you and the Palestinians. That is why Egypt joined the ICJ case by South Africa against Israel, accusing Israel of committing genocide against the Palestinians. That is why. It is a selfish reason. Yes, it is a selfish reason. It's a nonsensical reason, because you should join the case based on its merits. Does this case have any substantive items to it? Does it actually warrant taking Israel to the World Court? Is it based on reality? Is it anchored in reality? Yes. Then you should join the case, because every country in the world has an obligation to the Genocide Convention, as it is one of the most successful treaties and conventions ever created. So, Egypt should have joined that much earlier. All the Arab countries should have joined this much earlier. Once again, I go back to better late than never, but this is a selfish reason to join it. And we come back to the problem that Egypt is not an Arab country. Egypt, the government in Egypt, is a Zionist government. It is an American government. It is not an Arab government, okay? So forgive me, I'll rephrase that. Obviously, Egypt is an Arab country, but the government is not, absolutely not, in any capacity. It has been taken over. It has been hijacked by Zionists. And that is why you have this situation where, you have someone like Sisi, who is a puppet, running the most populous Arab country in the world, where he's got Ethiopia controlling the water. He's got America controlling the food. And, I talked about this in the mini documentary series, in the hidden reasons behind the war on Gaza. I explained why Egypt is in this precarious situation. Okay, so please go and watch it. I implore you to go watch it. Now, coming back to what Egypt is today, it's a shadow of its former self. It really is. I mean, Nasser would be spinning in his grave right now if you could see this. So what can we expect, really? I mean, the people in Egypt, they are obviously with the Palestinians, but they can't do anything. You can't protest. You can't have a student encampment. You get sent straight to jail, When you had that goon and ghoul, both, that State Department goon who was, threatening some a vendor with, contacting his friends in the Egyptian Mukhabarat, in the Secret Service, and then in the intelligence, and then having him, having them torture him. I mean, he wasn't bluffing. The Americans, they really do exert that control over the Egyptian governmental institutions. They really do. So, it's an infiltrated government. It's an infiltrated, hijacked country. That's what it is. And you also had the Palestinians run an operation in Egypt a week ago where they assassinated an Israeli businessman. I mean, the balls. You have to have balls to stroll into Egypt as an Israeli and just assume that people want to deal with you. Honestly, I mean, I'm not saying you should assassinate people, but, you know, I can't even comprehend being an Israeli businessman in Egypt. What the fuck? Who wants to deal with you? No one can stand you, you know? They tried normalization in Morocco, and Israeli diplomats can't find people to lease their apartments. Can you imagine? As soon as they know it's an Israeli diplomat, they don't want to lease the apartment. They're like, screw you, we want nothing to do with you. So anyway, that is why Egypt is joining the ICJ case. That is the reason. That is the secret. Again, YouTube demonetized my channel because I'm not allowed to say naughty things about Israel. You know, telling the truth is forbidden. So if you are able to donate a few dollars on PayPal or on a monthly basis on Patreon, please consider doing it, because it would really help me continue my journalism and support independent media. So I'd be very grateful. And the links are in the description and also in the chat. Thank you guys very much again for all your donations and all your kind comments. I appreciate it very much.